Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, the 12th, and just kind of starting my day. This is for educational purposes only, and this stream is one of the ways I keep myself accountable. When I'm live streaming, I tend to make better choices. Let's just put it that way. So this is what we're looking at this morning. Here's the hourly. We had a nice retracement here into this fair value gap. We did close below this one, but we have another one down here. So my plan for the day is this. That's the plan, to see a bounce off of this hourly. We did have a nice scalp this morning that I did not take it because it was not in my plan. But we have a fair value gap here. We didn't take it. It wasn't in my plan. But we have markets moving down. This time-based liquidity is right here. And so I was, pretty certain, and I felt good that I could have taken that trade down to here. It would have been about a 3x trade with so it would have been a nice trade. But again, not in my plan. So, but let's go back to the hourly here, and I'm going to mark this point right here. That's the top of this fair value gap, 1 hour fair value gap. It is also some liquidity right there. Okay, so we're basically waiting for the open, which is about 8 minutes away. Interesting here on the 10-minute, we got a 10-minute fair value gap there. This is where that we already did take that liquidity. Interesting. I didn't see that on the hourly, because that was in the way, but it did come down into there, and we could just get a bounce. But we got to see what the open's going to do. We're stuck between two fair value gaps. On the 15-minute, we just we created this fair value gap, which is substantial, and we bounced off this fair value gap. On the 4 hour, we have not closed below. Interesting. 4 hour is not closed below. So I definitely want to watch the 4 hour. So we got 40 minutes until that 4 hour fair value gap is, we see what it's going to do. No SMTs. I don't see any dollar. Dollar is going up. The euro is dumping, which you expect if the dollar is going up. You expect the euro to go the other way. So this would lead me to believe that we have a bearish market. So we do have a potential bullish SMT. We got, if you look, and again, this really hasn't formed yet, but it is forming. So if the market goes back up, it could potentially give us a bullish. So we still have movement in these markets down, so we could go down past this. So on a bearish note, those are my targets right there. That would be 169.50. Oh. So we do have news at 10 o'clock. It's Michigan sentiment, which is not usually a big market mover. So we could be in the market for that one if we get a setup. Right now, we're just watching to see, and right now we're eight minutes until open. So let's go back to here. interesting. So let's look at this. Okay. So interesting. We have not hit these data lows yet. So about a 250 handle move to the data lows from non-farm payroll right there, non-farm payroll. Data lows. This one has been taken. We can delete that baby. Okay, so at this point we're just kind of just waiting. Excuse me. I've got targets below. I got targets above. We have the previous day high. We've got settlement price, which is 18,493. And so now it's just a matter of there's a 4-hour. Yeah, look at this. So on the 4-hour, we got a low there, 4 there. Actually, here, 5. 5 equal lows right here. That is a huge, 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 huge magnet. So we're watching this area right here. That so this bottom line right here, that's my 4-hour. We're about 3 minutes from the open. Be a good time to take a quick pause, go get my coffee warmed up. I'll be right back. Okay. 40 seconds for the open. And I've got a hot cup of coffee. And I'm curious on what we're going to do. Two seconds. 1 second. There we go. Ding, 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 ding. I need to get a little bell so I can just ding, 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 ding. For those of you that ever watch this, you know, I'm talking to myself. Talking to myself, traders. Let's get rid of this. So we've basically taken out this liquidity, and the only reason I'm kind of leaving it here is because that line is a 4-hour bottom of the fair value gap to invert that fair value gap on the 4-hour. If we invert that, then I'm pretty sure we're going to go down to our targets, which are basically right here. This is the big target. So we could do a couple things. We could go down and go up, which I see that. We could go up and then down, and I see that. So truthfully, I'm not married to any bias right now. Just waiting to see what happens. See what happens at the 10 o'clock hour. So we're not taking trades till 10 o'clock, that's for sure. So now it's just a commentary. So it's just a commentary on what we're looking for. So, you know, we're okay. So we do I do have this gap here too, and so that so seeing how we trade in this gap, we have some equal highs right here. The ES is retraced back up into its inefficiency I believe that's a 15-minute and a 1 hour inefficiency. The NASDAQ has not. The YEM has not. So I suspect we're going to get a pullback. I think I'm leading more and more bearish as I talk about this. I think, you know, see what we get when we, as far as coming into 10 o'clock news. We do have this fair value gap here. Let's get rid of this. So these equal highs right there, there's triple highs or relatively equal highs. That's around the 50% level. If we look at a retracement, let's see what a retracement looks like. Retracement for 50% is just above that. Dollar is continuing to go up, very, very bullish right now. So dollar on the hourly, see how it traded above this high, and it aggressively traded above that. So that is gonna create weakness in the equity markets, and euro's free falling. So definitely leaning. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at right there. So we are in a new week opening gap, by the way. It's about right here, trading within that, which that's so we are staying in the bottom of that new week opening gap. So here's that new week opening gap. Oh, there it is. There's that new week opening gap right there. See how we traded up into it? We're just kind of in a little bit of a consolidation zone, waiting to see what it gives us. We're going to get rid of that. We don't need it. Get rid of all that. We don't need it. So we're waiting again, waiting for 10 o'clock news. It is a Friday. Friday tends to be a little bit more of a lower probability day. Doesn't mean that we can't make can't get some good moves, because we can. Will today be that day? That I don't know. Probably would be good if I made sure my trading platform was set up. So okay, so I am not taking an order. I'm just verifying that everything is set up right. But we should begin to see that, whether we see it today, but I do think that the equity markets, man, dollars continuing to go higher. I'm just expecting us to literally break down. So we are, again, just waiting to see what's going to happen. We got to break out of this consolidation. It's got to give us some it's got to give us some more of a it's got to give us a tell. Has to give us that one little hiccup that kind of tells us which direction it's going to go. So I'm not watching gold, but I do hear that gold's up around $2,400, and gold is going higher. Interesting. Let's check out the gold, baby. Oops. That doesn't, something's not right there. Let's just do this. There we go. How's that? Now, Look at that, gold is just screaming higher over the last. There's we even have a gap here. Wouldn't surprise the gold come down to fill that gap. But yeah, I don't trade. I trade NQ only. One of these days I'll branch off into some other markets, but today is not that day. So here's a 3-minute fair value gap. It just about it's playing with inverting. It should invert and then go up to these equal highs. Yeah, the RR is not good on this because it's going to be just, I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's almost a 1-to-1, but not quite. Hasn't even, still got 30 seconds. Okay, I am tempted, but I am not going to take that trade. It just pulled back. It just pulled back into it. No close above. And it's going to go up and it's not going to. Oh, let's check something out really quick, shall we? Okay, look at that. It looks a lot more red than it does look green, doesn't it? Apple is pumping while everything else is falling. Google's neutral. Amazon's dropping. Microsoft, Meta, Tesla. We've got ExxonMobil has been kind of every time I've looked at it here the last couple of days, it seems to be going up. And again, I don't trade stock, but I do look at this as a kind of a general indication of where the market's trending. Right now, it's looking a little bearish. We got about 10 minutes to the news. Nothing that's really pretty in the price action. We can't seem to close above that. Rejecting that. Our open, let's opened right here. So, I mean, that's our opening range so far. We haven't. We're just trading within a range within the open itself. So it seems the last, the last month, the AM sessions just haven't been that good till about 11 o'clock. And then the AM, late AM, lunch hour, PM sessions have been good, which I don't trade. Why? Because it's not in my rules. That's part of it. Currently, I trade one strategy. I trade one strategy. I trade one instrument. I trade one session. That's it. And until my consistency, I run around a 70% win rate, but my equity curve is just kind of flat. A good example of that is yesterday. I took a loss the day before. Last week I was red. So far this week I am red. Even with I think my success. So I track my success rate over a 20 trades, and a 40-day look back. And so that gives me an idea of how my trading is doing over a longer period that I'm looking at. When it comes to statistics, the biggest sample you can get, the more accurate. So my all-time trading, it's about 300 trades. And so we're still looking at that 3 minutes. Go back to that 3 minute, by the way. We're still hovering just below it. It's popped out of there 3 times, has failed to close above it. Which that tends to, there we go. It's going to give it to us. So okay. That's the trade that I would be looking for right there. But again, look at the risk to reward. It's just not worth it. We are into the 10 o'clock macro, by the way, by about 4 minutes. So psychology is a very, 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 very important. Did I emphasize that enough? Is very important thing about trading. I have been trading full time now for 2 years. I've been trading for since about 97, so basically 97, might have been even like 95, probably around 95, so almost 30 years. But I would trade, blow accounts, stop trading for a few years, trade, blow accounts, save up my account again, and that happened multiple times. And I shouldn't say I blew my account. I would just have not a winning record. And so I started 2 years ago, and I said, hey, I'm going to make this work. I'm not going to quit. And I spent a lot of time on learning to read the market. And while I still have a lot of room to go, I could still improve considerably. I'm trading. So I do have a winning, but so with a 60 to 70% win rate, and yet my equity curve isn't growing, you got to ask yourself what's going on. Well, it's psychology. Psychology is the number one. That's why I'm streaming right now, because I find that when I stream, I tend to make better choices. Why? Because I know someday, somewhere, somehow, somebody's going to watch this video. So 3 minutes to the news. We are still basically in that trade. If we were in it, I don't remember where we got into it. I'm going to say it was right about there, but. The news is Michigan sentiment, and it is red folder news, but it typically is not a big mover of the market. Two minutes. Dollars still going up. It has slowed down a little bit, but it's still going up. Our 4-hour candle does not look like it's going to close below. The 4-hour candle does not look like it, at least not for another 4 hours. We're creating a new fair value gap on the 1 hour. We've rejected out of the 15-minute. This is why part of me just wants to be bullish. But with the dollar doing what it's doing, and we have an SMC. So that did hit. So that would have been a successful trade. Yeah, see, 32 ticks and you're risking at least 50 ticks. So about a 0.5 to 0.6 risk to return. Not worth it. "13 seconds. Yeah, baby." Five, four, three, 2, 1. Here we go. There's news. So it, so kind of indecisive candle there. Went down, took out some liquidity, came back up, back into this gap, or I guess it didn't trade all the way back into the gap, but did trade down for the candle. So we're still in haven't seen anything decisive. 10 o'clock. This could be a silver bullet, but it's not. I would need to see more to. I would need to see more to be convinced. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of displacement down. Literally, you could just take that trade right there. Again, it's not worth it. Not worth it. But we are going to hit those. We're going to hit those equal lows right there. We're going to take them out. I was so close. I so wanted to pull the trigger there. But I didn't do it. Woo, I didn't do it. That's because you are watching me and keeping me accountable. I would have to answer to you if I broke that rule. There we go. There's the equal lows. So this, I believe, could be a breakaway gap. Let's see if it respects that. Okay, so I am in a trade. We did a trace up into that fair value gap. I entered right there. My entry is 304.50. My my stop up. There's my entry right there. My stop is at there. Oops, I think I typed that wrong, didn't I? Okay, my first so I have my first take profit. That's my first take profit. I'm going to lower my stop a little bit. Take some risk off the table. Okay, so I am in the money. Oops. That's kind of where we're looking at. Yeah, so I should have taken a profit right here, and I didn't. We are trading into this fair value gap, so that's permissible. I'm seeing this as a breakaway gap. We didn't even trade above 50% of it. We entered that. We're coming back down. That would create an order block if we close below. So I'm looking to see that close below. We do not need those anymore. Yeah. Yeah, this is we're just watching. That's good. That's good. Come on, baby. Come on. Go down below. Give me an order block there. So time of day, 10 o'clock, right there. That right there. There's that. Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of stalling. It needs to just take off, and it's not doing that. Uh, ES is weak. Dollar is kind of the dollar is up, going up. Hmm. Yeah, if we don't start significantly dropping here soon, I'm going to be closing out of this trade. Take my profits and call it good for the day. Yeah, it just needs to drop. We just need it to just with some violence, with some momentum, just start going down. Look at that. So if you look at this, see that? That came up 50% of that wick right there perfectly. Okay, so my second profit target, I am I'm just going to let it play out. We did drop below this, so if let's look at a 5-minute chart. We still got 3 minutes, but we're going to see if that creates an order block there, which makes us case. Yeah. Dollar is still rallying. It's giving me confidence it's still going to go down, but it is Friday. So, I mean, if I end up getting stopped, because my stop right now is let's go to one. I can show you where my stop is. My stop is right there. Would be nice to see some animation. It's always good to be in the money, though. No matter what happens now, I am in the money. Okay. Stopped out on a retracement. And I think that's I'm done for the day. It would be nice to stay in this. It's not wanting to. This should have just cratered, and it didn't. It still could, but at this point, just kind of looking. And here's the thing: I'm green for the day. Walk away. Still favoring Yep. Okay, guys. So we've come back into premium right here. That was uh, that was a nice trade. Okay, so okay, guys, that's gonna do. I was just making some notes for my journal. I am done for the day. I could, if this gets, if this 1 minute fair value gap. Cool, cool. Okay, I'm just waiting to see. I just want to see if this does. I may enter another trade. That would be that would be the trade. So that would be the trade right there. We're coming off a fair value gap. Okay. I just don't like this. I just don't like this price action and how it's not convincing me. It's it would be easy to jump in here and jump in that it's going to turn and take. It's not convincing me that it's saying, hey, I want to go. I the price is not saying to me, screaming to me, I want to go down. So on and look at that. Look at that. It came down and came back into the gap. So we came in back into premium up here. So we gotta, you know, we got a nice trade. I mean, it wasn't spectacular trade, but it was, we did grab some, take some money out of the market. See that I could have entered here. Okay, guys, I'm done for the day, guys and gals. I gotta work on that. Okay, traders, I am done for the day. I'm gonna I'm gonna pretty much wrap this up, do my journaling for the day, and call it good. I'm still red for the week, which is a little disappointing. This did take a big chunk out of my drawdown. See, I expect this to get taken because we did break this, and it does appear like it's going to want to do that. So